Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how I create my cinematic in Unreal Engine 5. From the very beginning I start working on the animatic. I came up with a simple story and began thinking about how to bring it to life. I place the key object in the scene that would play important roles in my cinematic and then start working with the camera, the main character animation and the monster animation as well. At this stage the main focus was on direction, choosing camera angle, camera movement, focus and other. After finishing the animatic, I began working on the final character animation. I didn't spend too much time on this part. The main goal was to make the animation look good from the camera perspective. Animated by hand, using my own recorded reference, I also use mockup data from Mixamo, which I later clean up and adjust to fit my specific scene. Once the animation are ready, I export them from my to Unreal and also finalize and polish the camera animation. After finishing the animation, I start building the location. I use asset pack from Fab, which I customize to fit my scene. I also begin working on the base light setup. I use reference collected from Artstation. Even before starting, I decide on visual style that I would stick to throughout the project. To create the clothing, I exported the metahuman from Unreal to Blender. This is needed to correct vertex weight in problematic area that could cause issue during simulation. I do this roughly just for my setup. In the later stage, the metahuman's body itself won't be used, I only need a good close simulation. Then, I export the character as an Alembic file into Marvelous Design. The base jumpsuit model I purchase on Artstation, then adjust it to my metahuman and start the simulation. Next, I need to create high quality texture for the clothes. I exported the clothing into Substance Design and start working there. When the textures were ready, I imported both the texture and the Alembic file into Unreal. Then I assembled everything together and set up the material. In the final shot, the character shoots themselves in the head, and for that I need to create a proper simulation. First, I simulated the main mesh, then added the internal organs, the skull, the brain and also the hair. I also simulated fluid to create blood, and finally exported everything as an Alembic file to Unreal Engine. Now it's time to finalize the lighting, fog and the missing materials. This stage took the most time as it's the one that created the cinematics, look, mood and overall atmosphere of the shot. I also finalized all material setting so the light interact more beautiful with the object. On the characters, the lighting is additionally animated. Before the final setup in Unreal, I created the shooting and Getty hologram effect. I did this in a separate project and then I export them into the final one. I bake the VFX animation using Niagara Cache, adjusted the materials. Now it's time to render the sequence in Unreal. I output it in EXR format and with that the work inside Unreal Engine is finished. We are at the finish line. Time for post-production. I imported the sequence into After Effects, added smoke effects. Ideally this should be done in Unreal, but my RTX 3060 wouldn't be able to handle the render. After the smoke, I did color correction and color grading, added the overall look and a bit of film grain to simulate film texture. This gives the cinematic a more realistic and filmic appearance. Finally, in Premiere Pro, I added the Unreal logo and subtitles, then move on to sound design. I selected the music and edited it to the video. Then I found all the necessary sound effects, placed them where needed and mixed their volumes. Some sound didn't quite fit, so I had to tweak them in the equalizer. After checking the overall loudness, I did the final render. And it's done!